This is the 101 Things Under the Sun podcast. Thank you for joining us again this week. I am one of your hosts, BrownieBits, and with me as always is your favorite old man, the old Man Hoodrich. How are you, my friend?
Ethel, turn the TV down. I can't hear.
Who's Ethel?
Sorry, guys. I don't know. I thought it was funny.
I think
it's a funny intro. My nickname's Old Man Hoodrich, and I keep doing different shticks about, being old.
Well, there you go.
I mean, Ethel's an old person name.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That was going to be such a great intro, and you just had to cut me off by, who's Ethel?
Well, I wanted to know who Ethel is. I didn't know if you had a female friend over at the house tonight.
No, no. Do pigs fly? Hell no.
Oh man. Well, I think we've got a good show tonight.
Yeah, and if we don't, I'll just turn on the TV and watch that.
Keep your interest elsewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you guys again for tuning in this week. We do appreciate all of you guys that tune in weekly or whenever you do tune in. Listeners, or whenever you do listen, it does mean a lot to us. So,
yes, I like to know I'm heard.
Yeah. With that out of the way, I do want to mention you can find us on Twitter at 101 Under the Sun and at BrownieBits450 for myself and at My Goods Are Rich for the old man over there. So, yeah, we're
Well, yeah.
Was there anything else that I'm missing? I guess.
Oh, no, nothing.
Castbox. I was
Castbox.
Castbox.
Yeah, we're on Castbox and YouTube, guys. 101 Things Under the Sun.
Yes.
There we go. See, you need to get on your game, man. I feel like sometimes I just step up and rise to the occasion.
The time switch has kind of messed with my mind today. I've been up since 7:30, but I've just kind of been out of
pulling this card. Yeah, some of us usually get up early, okay? Some of us sleep in. We all dealt with it. Actually, well, I was up after the time change. So I witnessed the time change happen, so I didn't actually lose an hour of sleep. I just didn't sleep much, period.
Well, there you go. So
that's the danger of TV shows on Netflix, kiddos.
Binge watching those TV shows.
Speaking of that, that'll segue us into this week's podcast. Yes. We're going to be talking about some of our favorite TV shows, maybe some disappointing TV shows that we've seen, all kinds of TV shows. And I think at the end of the show, we're gonna pitch our own TV show ideas to you guys, the listeners.
Yeah.
So hopefully my show's better than BrownieBits' show.
Who knows?
But we all have goals in life.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And to clarify, because we have talked about TV shows specifically, like specific genres of TV shows before. This is just going to be a blanket term over whatever genre we're looking at, just any TV show.
Anything and everything under the sun is a possible topic today.
Exactly. Yeah.
As
far as TV shows go.
Yes. Yeah.
But
we can't do everything under the sun in an hour, folks.
We could try. I don't think it would end up very well, but we could
It'd
try.
Be like 101 Things Under the Sun by BrownieBits and Old Man Hoodrich, and it would be like that Billy Joel song, We Didn't Start the Fire. But picture that for an hour of just machine gun topics with no details, just topics. That would actually make for a pretty good show if we were musically inclined enough.
I will start looking into that.
Good. I will start drinking the beer, so then I can become musically inclined enough to do that.
Yeah, and being musically inclined really kind of leads in to one of my favorite shows, actually. Former shows, and that was like Behind the Music. I always enjoyed seeing that on TV whenever it was on.
I have no idea what that is, by the way.
Really? It's basically like Behind the Music was like it told the story of these bands and artists, about their rise and fall, and the tough times. It's actually been parodied quite a lot. Have you seen How I Met Your Mother with any?
Yes, I know what it is. I've watched it. I don't know that I've watched every single episode. But
There,
yeah, no.
they did a parody of Behind the Music to Robin Sparkles on that show.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So it's basically like that, only a little bit more serious rather than the jokey content on that specific show. But
yeah, obviously.
I always found it interesting, especially with certain bands and stuff. I can't remember them all because it's been since the 90s since I guess it did flow. It was like into the 2000s too, but I mean
that's all the same.
It's been
thing,
a while.
Really.
Yeah, it's been a while, but I did enjoy seeing that.
Yeah, honestly, I think one of my favorite shows that is no longer on the air is MythBusters, as I've made reference to in a lot of these podcasts.
The original MythBusters with I can't even think of their names now. Adam.
It was Adam, Jamie, Tori, Grant.
Yeah. Because actually the Science Channel picked up MythBusters, and they've got a whole new cast.
Oh, didn't even know that.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Yeah,
killed that with fire.
It's a whole new cast. I think it started this year or last year or something like that. It's been very recent.
Okay, so. I do know that they did. It's Cary, Grant, and Tori, and they do a show. I don't know if it's a Netflix original or not. I think it is, but it's called The White Rabbit Project, and that is very much kind of a spin-off of MythBusters. They kind of do little gimmicky, challengey things, and see if stuff's possible to do.
Yeah,
and it's pretty fucking cool because it's honestly the same concept. They just don't go through like myths and say plausible or that kind of stuff. I haven't seen them all, but my favorite one of those was they did a show on like super villains, and they tried to recreate like super villain powers like mind control, shooting the electric out of your hands and making freeze rays and stuff.
Oh, really?
So it's just like a contest like that to see who can possibly make something that's pretty fucking baller. So, but yeah, that's worth checking out on Netflix.
Netflix has put out some pretty good stuff.
Oh, Netflix is changing the game, man. Changing the game.
Yeah, they them Hulu, because Hulu's starting to make their own original content, and then honestly, Amazon is probably my favorite as far as their original content, as far as the streaming services go.
Yeah, because Amazon actually started doing original content before Netflix and Hulu.
Amazon kind of gives me a like HBO vibe,
Yeah, but not in a bad way.
No, very good way. Very good way.
Because like I know Amazon, on my list to watch, it's The Tick or whatever.
Yeah.
The superhero thing, that looks fucking pretty cool.
It does. It does.
And then one of my favorite shows that I've recently seen, it's The Man in the High Castle.
Oh, that is absolutely. If any of you guys have Amazon and haven't seen that show, very, very highly recommended by us.
Like
fantastic.
I love the concept there. An alternate history where the U.S. lost the World War II and America is divided between Germany and Japan. Super great concept.
Well, the whole world is. It's basically the world is split up into three partitions. It's Germany, or the Nazi rule, and then independent land, or no man's land, and then Japan.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's very interesting, and I thought they did a very good job with that.
And honestly, the twists and turns in this show, I don't think that I've seen anything of that scale or equal level. And I'm going to get so much hate for saying this, I think. But I really feel like all the twists and turns and just the surprises that happen are very on the same level as Lost.
See, I never got into Lost. I never really watched Lost, so I can't say yay or nay on
Okay,
that.
fair enough. But they had all kinds of intricate storylines
Mm-hmm.
that twists and turns, surprises, cliffhangers, everything in there. I really enjoyed Lost. Did they end it kind of poorly? Yeah, but I was a big fan of Lost for the great majority of that show.
Well, I mean, shows are going to end. There's a lot of shows that end poorly. Like I thought, How I Met Your
Oh
Mother
no
could have
no
done
no!
it so
Just
much
like
better, but
the quality of writing
yeah.
slipped in the last season.
Well, that's sad.
That's what I meant when I said ended
Okay.
poorly.
Okay. Well,
Because
that's a good clarification then, because I don't think like How I Met Your Mother. I don't think it ended poorly in writing. I think it ended poorly and it just ended too fast for the last
yeah,
season. It just happened way too
hmm
fast.
and I think that's the
Um,
case with many shows in their last season,
yeah.
because the writers are trying to do as much as they can for the fans,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes that hurts them.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that hurts them.
Honestly, with now I do want to go back to The Man in the High Castle. That one, I thought that was just solid all the way through.
Oh
They
yes,
they
and
took some very calculated risks with it, but the risks that they took were almost executed perfectly. Like
yes,
it was very close. It was as close to perfect as you could be. I
yeah,
think, in
and
my
I'm
opinion.
really looking forward to this next season that's coming up.
Hmm.
I do believe that it's supposed to be coming out in the next couple months or so, if I'm not mistaken. Um,
I haven't really paid that close of attention, but yeah, I am excited for the new season because the the last season, I don't want to mention really anything about it, but the last season, the really the last couple episodes
oh
were
yeah,
just
they
punch you in the face, you know.
yeah they built up some amazing potential stories there.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So I'm really looking forward
Hmm.
to it. And again, definitely go watch that show, um, if you haven't already, of
Yeah,
course.
and again, I'm a big history guy,
Mhm.
um, big history guy. So another one of my favorites, Peaky Blinders. It's a BBC original that Netflix kind of helps out with,
Hmm.
um, and it's set in London, or not London, but Birmingham, England,
Okay.
in between World War I and World War II, and it features like the life of a crime family out there, and it is a spectacular piece of writing and just great TV. You have a little bit of drama, you got a bunch of action, you got some love interests, you got comedy, you got straight up just humor, you got some
Hmm.
dry humor, you got a lot of sarcasm. So just about anything you could want in a TV show, I think, is there for you.
I've
Unless
never
it's like a
seen it,
soap
so
opera. Oh, highly recommended.
I will have to binge watch that.
That's very bingeable.
Yeah. Now, one show that is very bingeable, but this is actually it's kind of a fight between two shows, 'cause very similar styles, that I just don't. I mean, they're not. It's not bad in my opinion, but it's just not a show for me, and that would be The Office and Parks and Rec. Um,
Yes, I agree on that.
like
I
I like the premise of it. I don't think it's executed all that like
Which one?
both of them. I mean, I
Oh,
think
okay.
I enjoy the premise of them, and I enjoy some of the storylines. And there's some very good jokes in them. I've watched them all the way through. I just it's just not a show for me. Really, I
Fair
think
enough.
that's the end all be all
I
conclusion.
had actually this week, last week, I did see an article that I read. It was a couple psychologists watched The Office
Mm-hmm.
and explained why so many people truly love binge watching The Office. And if I'm not mistaken or misremembering this article, um, the psychologists that did this research study found that of like all all the. It's hard to say main character versus minor character in The Office because
Yeah, they're all
they're
basically main
yeah,
characters.
yeah. But the fact that you can relate to at least two or three
Mm-hmm.
of the characters at a time on some kind of level in every show constantly.
Oh yeah.
It because it doesn't have to be the same two or three people throughout the whole episode, but in like every scene or kind of semi storyline in an episode, you'll find yourself relating to a multitude of people, and she said that's why so many people truly love The Office is because they can relate to so much of it in the terms of that's how they feel personally, or they've gone through a similar situation.
And that totally makes sense. I mean, that is definitely a good reason why it's bingeable, because it was one of those where I was just like, I'm not like super into it, but I'm going to keep watching it because I kind of want to see how all these different storylines play out and that type of
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm totally the same way.
So
In regards to The Office,
it
I
was
love Wreck. I totally want myself to be Ron Swanson.
yeah. I do like Ron Swanson's character. He is the man, the myth, and the legend. So I think
Yes,
that's
totally.
I don't think it's too far off. I do enjoy his character a lot, though. I can agree with you on that. But so those two shows are just they're not bad. I don't want to put them on a pedestal and say I don't like them at all, because I can definitely see why people like them.
They're just not for you.
It's just not my type of show.
Mhm.
Now, one show that is my type of show, and I know quite a few people that don't care for it, is actually Supernatural on WB.
I
I
have some Supernatural.
love
I
that
enjoy
show.
it.
Yes, I've watched it a total of like 4 times all the way through, including the newest season that was just
Wow,
put up. So,
I didn't know they're still putting it out.
oh no, they're basically the last I heard was that the guys that play Sam and Dean, I can't remember their real names. They're real, one of them is a real weird name, but
Wasn't the other guy also named Dean in Gilmore Girls?
I don't know, but he was in Gilmore Girls, and he's also an underwear model or something like that.
I didn't
Dean.
know that. I just
Yeah.
knew he was in Gilmore Girls.
They actually made fun of it in one of the episodes, because they go to the real life Sam and Dean a couple times, but the last one they did, he actually goes into the trailer because they're shooting the Supernatural TV show in real life, and they go to his trailer, and Dean picks up a magazine of himself with him on the cover, and he's modeling underwear, and he goes, "Look at this douche." So
Fair enough.
it was pretty funny, but yeah, I definitely love that show. I think that's a interesting show, and those two guys said that they don't really want to stop making that show.
Oh, hey, yeah.
So
Good for her. Good for him. Also, another underrated. Well, I wouldn't say underrated, but a surprising favorite of mine is Gilmore Girls.
never seen it.
Yeah, there's no reason for you to. I grew up with a family mostly of women, and my cousins and my sister would always watch that show, like when my cousins used to babysit us. So I was just kind of, dragged along, and not really forced, but
Along for the ride.
yeah, I was along for the ride on much of Gilmore Girls.
Okay,
So
that makes sense. I only had one sister, so
I mean, I only have one sister too, but when technically I've got two very close cousins,
okay.
at least growing up wise, because I mean they were
And
older than me.
Yeah. See, I'm
But
the oldest, so that makes
yeah, I mean
quite a bit.
I'm
of a
the
difference.
oldest sibling too. Of my
I'm the oldest in the family.
Oh,
I'm the oldest grandchild on either side.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So Gilmore Girls, kind of an enjoyable show. There's a lot of good humor. As to be expected, there's way too much lovey-dovey shit for me, but good humor. That's where my love affair with Melissa McCarthy really took off.
Oh, hey,
She
there you
is
go.
so hilarious, so hilarious. and that's where I really started like, if it's got Melissa McCarthy in it, I'll see it because it's going to be super funny.
Oh yeah.
So that's where my fandom for Melissa McCarthy started.
Okay, I could understand that. She's definitely the I think you could classify her partially as like the Chris Farley of actresses.
Yes, I'd agree.
Because she does have some different levels that Chris Farley never had, but I think overall, as far as the comedy style and all that,
yeah, she does do it her own way and doesn't take any shit, which is what Farley did.
Oh yeah, but yeah, she's pretty funny most of the time, but
I mean, nobody could be as funny as I am all the time.
No,
so
no, you're definitely the funniest. Oh man, yeah. So
a little gratuitous shout out to myself there.
You can follow him on Twitter
at My Goods Are Rich.
My Goods Are Rich for some funny tweeting. Occasionally.
I haven't tweeted in a while, but I think my last one was a doozy. So there is that.
Yeah. One thing. So obviously Hulu, Netflix, and Amazon have been real big, and we mentioned that already. But one Netflix original that I've watched it twice, the first season of it, and I still don't know how I feel about it, is Big Mouth.
Big Mouth.
Yeah, it's that teenage adolescent
the
comedy.
Cartoon.
Yeah.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Nick Kroll
I watched like the first 3 or 4 episodes, and I'm like, like at times it's fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah.
And at times it's like, okay, there should be a line that you cannot cross here.
But that's Nick Kroll. Like, I understand, that's Nick Kroll comedy. He really doesn't have a line. He likes to.
No, I understand that. Well, when I say the line, for me the line on that show is sometimes that stuff makes me cringe.
Oh yeah, very cringeworthy. Very.
And like that's what I'm saying when I say the line.
Okay.
Not like honestly, in comedy there should not be any line.
No.
You should be able to make fun of whatever you want whenever you want, because you're there to make people laugh.
Yeah.
If you upset some people along the way, I think that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, and I can understand that. But yeah, that show, there are some very funny parts, and then there's some other parts where it's just like, why? Like, that's bad. It's not even like that. I wouldn't classify some of those jokes with air quotations around them as jokes in general.
Yeah, it's just like, and that's typically that's what I was referring to, that part of it. So
yeah, so that one I don't I still don't know how I feel about it. I was able to watch it all the way through, but it was very difficult.
Gotcha.
Whereas like BoJack Horseman, love that show. That's another Netflix original.
I haven't seen much of BoJack Horseman, but from what I've seen of it, I kind of enjoy it. I'm not saying it's okay. I wouldn't say enjoy it. I'd say it's very net neutral with me.
For me, it's very similar. At least, if not on the same level, just a level below Rick and Morty.
That's another show I don't watch.
Oh, we've got to watch that. I don't know if you've seen anything from it, but it's one of those where it takes.
I'm aware of it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, both of those shows do a very good job of taking like real life situations that like are in the news or whatever, and just tearing it apart in comedy, and doing it so subtly that you're like, yeah, I know this is what they're making fun of, but it develops their character the characters in the show. It develops
I can
them
understand
very
what
well.
You're saying. And I also enjoy a show that's kind of similar to those. What is it? Is it Brickleberry? I think that's the name of it.
Brickleberry, yeah, and that was Daniel Tosh's project.
Yeah, that's a good one. I do enjoy that.
Very similar to that too. They're all three of those are grouped very close together. If you can put them in a numerical order, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, no, I agree, and that's why I brought up Brickleberry. because that's the only one of those three that I truly enjoy.
Yeah. Brickleberry's very good. Sad that it lasted so short, but...
Yes, I do agree with that. It was
one show
short.
I thought was interesting, but didn't last very long, was Border Patrol. That was on Fox. Or Border Town. Not Border Patrol,
Town.
Border Town. It's... it makes fun... Basically, it takes the real life, illegal aliens, that type of stuff. It takes place of a town. It's called New Mexifornia is what it's called. And it's basically this town on the Mexican-U.S. border. And there's a white family with a very stereotypical, like, they took our gerbs type of guy. And he's living right next door to a legal immigrant that came from Mexico with very Mexican heritage, very, in some cases, almost too stereotypical Mexican. But in other cases, his character blends very well between, jumping across the line as far as that goes. But it was interesting. I got a lot of laughs, and it doesn't take a side anywhere. It makes fun of just about everything. It makes fun of the mega churches. It made and in the same episode that it made fun of the mega churches, it actually makes fun of the small Catholic churches, Catholic churches in general and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So
another show I do enjoy is Modern Family.
I've watched one season of that.
It's what is it, Sofia Vergara, and all of them. That's actually why I started watching it, because Sofia Vergara. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But no, like it's just very relatable. I even find myself being related to the gay couple who are trying to adopt a kid at times. It's like they're just trying to get through life, intact. And I very much feel like I struggle at life sometimes. So it's like, yeah, at some points I kind of relate to the gay couple, which I don't have a problem with. If they struggle at life, I struggle at life. We got to get through life to, at some rate.
Oh yeah, of course. I don't know. It may have been the one season I watched of it, but it felt very similar in terms of how I feel about it, and not in terms of the overall writing and stuff. But it felt a lot like The Office or Parks and Rec, just a show that I wasn't like.
I do know
it's not my show.
I don't know what season it was, but the first season that I watched of it, it definitely wasn't season one. But the first season I watched of it, I kind of felt that way, and then I watched other stuff that had happened afterwards, and it was like a totally different writer or something, or it just got infinitely better, I thought.
Okay, so basically what you're telling me is give it another chance, and see how that
I think
goes.
you'd enjoy it.
Okay.
I think you'd enjoy it.
Well, I'm with that, I'm willing to give it a second chance. It doesn't.
And you heard it here first, folks. I convinced him to watch a TV show. Give it a second try.
Give it a second try. Yeah.
Also, speaking of second tries, Tim Allen has a new TV show. I think it's Last Man Standing.
Well, that's actually been canceled.
Okay, my world's devastated.
Yeah, that was on ABC, and ABC canceled it after Tim Allen came out in support of Trump. Didn't
know that. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, that got the internet in an uproar. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I totally missed that.
Old man who does social media crazes. I'm surprised you missed that.
Well, that predated Old Man on social media.
Okay. Yeah.
Because that was before we started this. Okay.
Yeah, it was.
So.
It is a good show, though. I agree with you.
Because I found like 4 seasons of it on Netflix a couple months back, and it's just fucking hilarious.
The funny part is when they canceled it, they tried to make it seem it wasn't because of that. But at that time, that Last Man Standing was their highest rated show on ABC.
Well, see, it's weird because even in the TV show, Tim Allen's character definitely supports Trump.
Mm-hmm.
So the writers were already on board with making the jokes about it and stuff.
Well, my understanding of it was Tim Allen came up with the project idea.
Oh, okay.
So it very, he wanted a show that kind of represented him and the very small, like the super small minority of his, the group of people that you could say same think as Tim Allen, but he wanted something to resonate with the middle Americans that had the kind of the more right leaning views, or that type of stuff, and the more quote unquote religious views, versus that of the more left leaning, maybe some of the more non religious views, the people that don't take religion into their politics type of views, that you see a lot in TV nowadays. But that was my understanding of it. Now I could be very wrong. My understanding of it was that he was the one that came up with the whole idea for the show.
Yeah, and it could be true. I'm looking at it now, and yeah, people are fucking.
That was a massive uproar, and that was a massive uproar from both sides, from my understanding.
And
too.
actually, in January of this year, since the Roseanne thing is coming back or whatever,
yeah,
Roseanne's got a show coming back out or something, and it's very to appeal to conservatives.
Cool.
People are calling on ABC to revive the show now, and it looks like it might happen if they can get enough things back together and mend bridges.
Well, if they can get it back, then that would be definitely something I would pick up and watch again.
Because I was a huge Home Improvement fan.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, it's such a great show. Al Borland, Tim the Toolman Taylor, and then you got your obvious Pam Anderson in there, and I can't even remember who the other girl was. But anyway, the Tool Girls.
There was some good cameos in that show too, and just a very fun show to watch. Tim Allen always just screwing everything up.
Oh yeah.
Just Tim the Toolman Allen. Oh my gosh.
Throwing it
Taylor,
way
Taylor. Why did I say Allen? Tim.
I'm gonna bring up two that are pretty old.
Okay.
Since we gradually went back farther in time, I guess. How about Gilligan's Island, man?
That's a classic. That is most definitely classic.
Love me some Gilligan's Island. I used to come home from school and just turn on TV Land, watch me some Gilligan's Island every day after school, and then clockwork.
And then after Gilligan's, I guess it was quite a while after Gilligan's Island. My dad always had MASH on too, and that's another throwback.
Well, those were technically like shot at the same time.
Yeah,
I
think Gilligan's Island was before MASH, but yeah, very similar time periods. Because MASH was done during the Vietnam War.
Yes, no, I know, in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
And Gilligan's Island was probably wrapping up in the 60s, I think. Because they started in the 50s.
Yeah.
So,
and then another... Still very good show.
Oh, yeah. And another great show, old-timey. Stalag 17. No. Hogan's Heroes, that's what I'm thinking of.
Okay,
Hogan's Heroes.
Fantastic.
Stalag 17 is the name of the camp.
I was like, where have I heard that before? And I know for a fact that's not a show I've ever watched, if that's
also,
a show.
there is a movie called Stalag 13.
Oh, okay.
That's a very, very good movie. Very good movie. We should have talked about that in the Escape episode. But anyway, I love me some Hogan's Heroes. The characters in that show are so eclectic and just like, yes, just fucking do it. The clueless German.
Oh, it's
the stupid German.
Great.
The womanizing short little French guy.
And that's one of those shows that I don't think you really could make today. Because there's some very strong... Well, I guess, you could... There might be a way that you would be able to make that type of show today.
I think it's perfect. They don't like do anything that's too extreme in that. I don't remember.
I mean, it's just they do have some very strong stereotypes, but a lot of it has to do with Europe.
Fuck that.
So
yeah, fuck that.
But yeah,
we're in America. We don't care about European stereotypes. Fucking
that's very true.
Back,
and that's where I was going with the whole stereotype issue, and then I was like, well, I guess it's all mostly Europe stereotypes. Really thinking back, so yeah, at that point it's like, who cares? It's Europe.
Exactly. What are the French gonna do? Surrender?
Wave the white flag. Okay, so a show that you've watched, whether it be recently or in the past, that you just straight up did not like at all.
Ooh. I'm going to have to think on this. Do you have one?
I've got one. And this is going to be one of those that people might hate me for, because this is actually still a very popular show. I do not like Walking Dead.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy that either.
It's just one of those...
I never got into it.
It's too overdone. My ex... At that time, it was before we broke up that she binged it. And I was just like, I don't... Like, it's just... It's the same as all the other zombie movies, only spread out into episodes that are an hour long or however long the episodes are. And it's just like, it wasn't a Breaking Bad. I just...
Man, a TV show... And... I don't know, man.
It is a tough one, because there's some shows that you can not necessarily like but see good in, but there's other shows
that's what I'm struggling with right now.
Because I just straight up
and another difficult thing is that if I don't like the first episode, I won't keep watching. So I don't have enough of a knowledge base to say I actually hate that TV show.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
No, and I'm that same way, because there's some things where I just watch frickin' what was it, Pacific 10 or whatever it is, the Netflix original that was supposed to be based off of Archer, and it's just horrid.
Actually, no, that one.
I couldn't get through the first 5 minutes of it. It's awful.
No, that is awful, but I don't want to pick that because that's just terrible, and that's a given.
Yeah.
Man,
it's a tough question. It really is.
I don't know. Actually, you know what? This might piss a lot of people off. What is it? Is it Cat Dog and Ren and Stimpy? I hate those shows.
Oh, Cat Dog I could understand, but Ren and Stimpy, come on.
I mean,
it's just that 90s nostalgia coming back. I haven't watched it since then.
And actually, if I didn't really watch much of that, I never gave it a chance after I was older, so I might go back and watch it and like it now. But I will say this: this should have been my first go-to answer. SpongeBob. I cannot stand SpongeBob.
I can't either. I don't like SpongeBob.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It's so pointless.
It's so dumb. And it's been on the air for so freaking long.
Yes. That one? Yes, that's my answer. All right. Well, we've talked about a lot of different TV shows and what we like, what we don't like. So I guess it's time to debut, quote unquote, our TV shows. We're going to pitch our TV shows to you guys and see what you think. See if you like it, the premise or whatever. If you want to, fucking say whose is better. Mine. And we'll go from there. And maybe, who knows, maybe some studio executive will happenstance listen to this and we'll become multimillionaires because we created a TV show.
So I have a question.
Yes.
I just kind of want to get an idea, because I've got kind of an idea for one, but I also have one that I've kind of been actually developing. And I was wondering if this had a stipulation of no further, or like no future project idea, you know? Like one of these is actually a possible idea that I might put onto my another channel of mine.
I don't care. I don't know. I have no idea what you're trying to say.
Basically, a
I just
show.
thought this would be a good thing to do.
Okay. Well, in that case, then I will just use the future show idea for my YouTube channel. So, do you want me to start first, or?
Yes, I thought that you were gonna pick one and then go.
Okay.
That's why I just sort of waited there. So yeah, so just continue on. And what is your show?
So basically, the show has to do, because obviously this is going to go on my gaming channel, and so it's going to be based around MLB The Show, and more specifically Road to the Show, so the My Player mode. But it's going to actually follow post-high school career of a guy named Lawrence Murphy. And
how did you come up with that name, if I can ask?
Literally a random name generator, and it was the first name that popped
Continue. I'm disinterested. Go. Continue.
But he's a small town guy from the Midwest, actually Illinois. I can't remember the town name. I don't have the notes here with me, but small town farmer child from Illinois who just developed this very big skill of baseball and just developed this passion throughout junior high and high school, and eventually gets drafted. Now exactly which team I haven't completely decided yet, but what I want to do with this show is show a kind of a struggle of going from this little town in the middle of nowhere, Illinois, and going into this major city with thousands of fans, millions of fans a year flocking to see them, and see the struggle of that change from a small town to a big city, and really the struggle of trying to keep up and keep at the whole baseball idea. So what I want to do is, behind the clips of him actually playing the game, I want to have like little story modes where he maybe calls home one day, or he has a talk with a fellow teammate that is kind of his role model, or this veteran guy that has played for a long time and just somebody that he looks up to, and basically develop him into this guy that we can relate to on a certain basis of any struggle in our life, and trying to find a way to better ourselves and get over the hump, basically.
Man, okay. So, quality idea. I will say that, quality.
With baseball in it too, so.
Yeah, I mean, how could you go wrong?
Exactly.
Mine's a little less thought out, but I still think it might be pretty okay.
Who knows?
So the whole premise behind this is sort of a buddy cop kind of vibe, except they're not cops; they're archaeologists.
Oh.
So it's like two archaeologists that travel the world and are essentially just trying to find the next big buried treasure or whatever, but they keep stumbling into like precarious situations. Whether it be, if they're in Africa, they stumble into some, warlord territory and they have to get out and all kinds of stuff like that.
Okay.
But with a good heap of comedy in there. So you got a little bit of action, a little bit of comedy, and then some history.
I love that idea. That would be amazing. I would watch that constantly.
But that's a very, very good concept.
Yeah,
Again, you could flush out a lot of issues that you might see there. But, just overall, that if I was going to make a TV show,
that would be something
I think that'd be it, because it would draw inspirations from some of my favorite movies and, TV show kind of things.
I could see even a show or an episode of that being something like The Mummy, where they just stumble into this big, huge curse,
Yeah, no, like just a whole bunch of weird things. Sometimes they're very legitimate. Sometimes they're completely made up, like kind of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. But a real life kind of more historical version of Scooby Doo.
Well,
That would
no. It would not be like Scooby Doo. When I say Scooby Doo, they like
the
because Scooby
weird.
Doo always they stumble into things.
Yeah.
You know
The
that
weird
like
stuff that
that kind
happens, and yeah. No.
that aspect of Scooby Doo.
Yeah. No. I understood that. I may have
Okay, sorry. I wanted to
not
make that
explained it
clarification.
very well. No. Yeah. I gotcha. So yeah, I love it. I actually really like yours. That would definitely be something I would enjoy.
But yeah, like I was like, that perfect. That's what I'm going to work on.
Hey, sounds good.
That's my pet project.
All right, so we're
Before
going to
I
start
die, I
working
will
on
write-
that.
Before I die, I will write 2 episodes of that TV show.
There you go.
Will they get Will they get used anywhere? Probably fucking not. But I'll write 2 episodes for shits and gigs.
We'll start getting in on that. We'll get the Ancient Aliens guy in on this too.
Oh, because he's gonna have some cameos, obviously.
Oh, he's got to have some cameos.
Mm-hmm.
Aliens.
We're gonna have a backdrop of the pyramids, and then we're just gonna drop him from a helicopter, and he's gonna land on the stand and just go aliens, and then run away. That's it. That's his cameo.
No, he drops on a line from the helicopter. The helicopter's still like hovering above, and it just drops down on a line, and he says it, and they just pull him back up, and they fly away.
Mm. I kind of like mine better, where they just drop him in, and he yells that and looks like he does, and then runs away. That's it.
Okay. Either way. So, comedy wise, I think that's a gold mine for some interesting episodes. But you know what else is funny?
Dad jokes. Dad jokes are funny.
Dad jokes and you getting annoyed at some brain busters.
Not annoyed. Pissed off.
Well, I was trying to be nice about it, but okay, pissed off then. Well, so do we want to do some dad jokes here?
Yeah, I'm totally game for dad jokes all the time.
All right.
My life's a dad joke.
So how did this is going along? Well, it's more of it's movie franchise, but they do have some TV shows. How did Darth Vader know what Luke got him for Christmas?
Oh, I don't know.
He felt his presence.
Oh God, how did I not see that coming? Hey, well, that pretty cool, because I also have a Star Wars dad joke.
Oh, there you go.
With. How many Obies does it take to Kenobi?
One.
Only one.
Only one. That's great. Why should you never make fun of a fat what's his name? I had this written down and I lost it. I guess this would work too, because I saw a version of this. Why would you never make fun of a fat girl with a lisp?
I don't know.
Because she's probably thick and tired of it.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Mike Tyson. Why would you never make fun of a fat Mike Tyson? That was where I was going with that.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So, I quit my job at the helium factory today. I wasn't going to be spoken to in that tone of voice.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Also, just a piece of advice. Murder someone with a Tupperware lid, because no one will ever find it.
That's very true. Oh my gosh. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Yeah.
Yahoo.
Sorry, I prefer Google.
I knew that. As soon as I said it, I was like, that's a Yahoo joke. Oh, God. What did I walk into?
Some good stuff.
Okay, so how about this? I used to love my ex-girlfriend's tits. Now they're just distant memories.
Oh, that's a bad one.
But no, that's good. That's good.
It's bad yet good.
Hmm.
Very nice. All right. Are you ready to get angry? Or
I
unless you
don't
have
know.
another bad joke here.
I don't know, man. Mm. Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and go. Actually, no, I got another Star Wars joke just for shits and gigs.
Okay.
So, Luke, you're sure we're flying in the right direction? Yoda, of course we are.
That's a good one.
Hmm.
That has very many levels.
Hmm. Okay, so I needed to end it on a note that you approved of,
I
apparently.
I approved of the last one.
You said it was bad. That doesn't necessarily mean
It was just
approval.
I approve of it. It's just it was just a bad one. I liked it.
Okay,
I'm a big
fair
fan
enough.
of the bad jokes.
As we all are.
Yes.
Bad jokes make the world go round.
Exactly. All right, here we go. Are you ready for this?
Unless you're a flat earther, then the earth is never round.
That's true, and the flat earth actually does not go around anything.
Hmm.
Everything goes around it. So,
See, and the joke there is that they're just a joke.
yeah, exactly.
All right, so let's do riddles.
All right. What is in seasons, seconds, centuries, and minutes, but not in decades, years, or days?
All right, back the fuck up and say that again.
Okay, what is in seasons, seconds, centuries, and minutes, but not in decades, years, or days?
Huh. Seconds, minutes.
Centuries and seasons.
Jesus Christ. Mm, I don't know.
This one got me before I saw the answer. I couldn't figure this one out either.
I mean, because your first gut reaction is to say letters, but no, fuck that. That's stupid. Um, my second thought was like 60, multiples of 60.
Hmm.
But that doesn't make sense because well, a day is 24 hours.
But also seasons and centuries are not really. I mean,
Yeah.
they're
No,
more
I
like
know, I know. I was trying to find a correlation between
yeah.
the numbers. You know, what do they mean, Mason? The numbers. Um, I don't know.
You're gonna be really pissed at me because of the first thing that you decided not to go with.
What is it?
The letter N.
Oh, was minutes in the first
Yes,
group or second?
minutes was in the first group.
Oh, yeah, I never got it then. I thought minutes was in the second group.
Ah, well,
Okay.
if it makes you feel any better, I was looking at it before I looked at the answer. I was looking at it all lined up, and I didn't get it. So, if that makes you feel any better,
I mean, I'm not pissed. I just feel neutral about this. You know,
hmm
so because I mean, I thought about it and I was just like, well, I gave it a try, and okay, sure, I'll allow it. It's not like I came up with a legitimate answer and then you said no, it was N. That would have pissed me off. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But no,
okay,
it was too hard for me, so I gave up.
all right. Do you have one for me, or do you want me to
No, no,
go
no.
ahead?
I was lazy and didn't do riddles this week. I
Hey,
apologize.
I've got two more for sure. I might be able to come
Okay.
up with a third one here. Well,
No,
um,
literally, that's how lazy I was this week. I literally just
that's
had to Google riddles, and I just didn't even do that.
hey, that's fine. Whatever. A square house is being circled by a large bear. All of the walls of the house face south. What color is the bear?
White.
Why?
Because it's a polar bear.
Yep.
I knew this one.
That's a good one.
As soon as you said facing south, I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah. At first, I was like, if I don't know this, I'm just going to be a dumbass and say something about triangles. Because you already had that. So
yeah.
You already had a square house, circle.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of word walking around there to try and dissuade you from the fact that it's a southern-facing house.
Yeah, exactly.
Take that, flat Earth.
Exactly. What is weightless but takes two people to hold it?
A secret? No.
Kind of, but you can have you know.
I'm going to lock in secret, even though I know you're going to say it's wrong, because you already kind of did say that was wrong.
It's not the answer that was provided, but it could be a specific answer too.
I broke the system.
Yeah,
Booyah.
You did break the system. But the original answer was friendship. So you can kind of see how secret would work well too.
I think secret's a better answer. Because you can't hold you can't, hold is a very weird description to describe friendship.
Yeah.
But you can hold a secret.
Yeah, you very well can. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I feel like that riddle's fucked up, and I gave a better answer.
I can agree with you on that.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
one more for you.
If you got anything else, if you got a Shannonism. Oh, you got another riddle?
Yeah, I've got one more riddle for you, and this will actually kind of flow right into a Shannonism. Okay?
Good.
A man leaves home and turns left 3 times. When he returns home, he finds 2 men wearing masks. Who are the men?
The man leaves his house and takes 3 left turns.
Yep.
What's the rest of that?
When he returns home, he finds 2 men wearing masks. Who are the 2 men?
Oh, fuck. It beats the hell out of me.
I kind of gave it away when I said Shannonism, honestly.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
Umpire and catcher. Mike Shannon.
Oh, he leaves his home. You said home. I pictured house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm dumb.
Well,
see this. That's
a good one because there's multiple layers.
But that made me more upset than the first riddle that you wanted me to get upset at. Okay.
Well, I didn't necessarily want you to get upset, but it was one of those where
you fucking do these to piss me off.
Okay. Yeah. And you were the one that came up with this segment too.
Because I know what comedic gold is, and this is comedic gold.
It really is. All right, are you ready for some more comedic gold?
Yeah, let's talk about the joke that is Mike Shannon.
Oh, Mike Shannon. I tell you, that same river flows the same way.
That's it?
That's one of them.
That doesn't even have an ending.
Okay, here's another one. Horner's arguing. He wants an interference call against Ken Geloni. Ken Geloni. I don't know how to say that. Now, Ken Geloni has got something to say, but here comes Whitey to give a taste of his vocabulary, and it'll have extra mustard on it.
I like that one. Next time I hear somebody getting yelled at, I'll be like, he's getting a taste of that vocabulary with a dash of mustard on it. I'm gonna start using that. Watch.
Do it. I want you to. Occasionally you can get some good wisdom from Mike Shannon.
Yeah. New sayings that nobody's ever gonna fucking understand.
There's another one that said 1, 2, 3, buckle my shoe.
Well, that's just instructional.
Well,
so
usually,
what if he's like instructing a Dutch person how to buckle their shoe?
Well,
but whatever.
Usually the saying is 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, buckle my shoe, and he's 1, 2, 3, buckle my shoe.
Maybe it takes him that long to bend over because he's old.
Maybe. Good old Mike Shannon.
Me, on the other hand, it takes me 1.5 seconds to bend over.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
that's a record for old people, right there, folks.
You want one more?
No, we got to save some for the people, man.
Oh, dude, there's thousands of these quotes.
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
We gotta let the people want more. Always leave the people wanting more.
Okay.
So they keep coming back. That's what I hear.
Okay. All right. Social media. Do we have any of that today?
No.
No. You're just too lazy. You're too busy with Ethel.
Yeah. Ethel done deleted all my links.
Ah, damn it, Ethel.
Yeah. Ethel's a bitch. I'm getting a divorce. Or I'm going to kill her. Either way, same thing.
Hashtag divorce Ethel.
I'm going to start hashtagging tweets like that, and nobody's going to understand.
Nobody's going to understand it but us.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but it'll be so great.
That's going to be part of that. That's going to be the title. Hashtag divorce Ethel.
This is a created social media craze. I'm going to start tweeting hashtag kill Ethel.
Kill Ethel.
Or divorce Ethel, whichever I feel. It'll just be like
both.
It'll be like getting stuck in traffic today. Hashtag divorce Ethel. People are going to be so confused.
Okay, so when you guys hear this, make sure you start hashtagging that. We got to get this trending for no reason.
I will literally just sit on the 101 Things page and just tweet hundreds of tweets. Literally, it might just be hashtag divorce Ethel until it gets to be trending.
There you go. I will tweet some of those as well. Hashtag divorce Ethel.
And if you want to spice it up, hashtag kill Ethel.
Yeah. But make sure the divorce Ethel is in there at least too. So.
Yeah. That's your social media craze of the week, guys. Hashtag divorce Ethel.
There we go.
Stay tuned this week. We'll have some doozies, I promise.
Yes, we will.
So that's our social media craze.
That is, it's something that we came up with. So hey,
and we're crazy. So there's the craze part.
Yeah, exactly. So we're starting trends.
Starting trends.
Episode 17, and we're starting trends. So. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. I think that just about wraps it up. Remember, hashtag divorce Ethel, and we will see you guys next week.